There you go. Just need to press OK. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited and welcome to week 1 of Wake Up and Smell the Opportunity with me and my very, very good friend, Jemma. We hope you guys are super excited. Feel free to use the chat and interact, and we hope you guys are excited as we are. So, okay. I'm going to dive straight in and try and be as respectful of your guys' time as much as possible and not let this drag on too long. We have spoken, we do want to try and keep it to our time.
Sounds really bad, ladies. Sorry.
Sorry
to interrupt. The sound's really bad. I can't.
Is everyone else finding the sound bad?
Fine for me.
It's all right over here.
Perfect. Sounds perfect.
Yeah, sounds fine to me.
Okay, here.
All right, thank you guys. I think it just must be yours. Maybe your signal. Maybe I'm not sure. Okay, so we have broken the course down. It's 4 weekly Zooms on a Monday, 8:30, and each one is going to have what we believe really, really valuable content. Something that we've not done before, a new structure that we've not done before, and we believe it's going to be really valuable content to help you really ignite your business and really get it on to that next level. So whether you are here and you're in absolute full momentum, if everyone's wondering where all the Jiffy bags are, I think you can they are back in stock, don't hate on me. But whether your business is in full massive momentum and you're just hungry to keep it going and crank it up, or whether you feel like you've hit a little bit of a wall and you have kind of stagnated and you want to get things moving again, this is for you. We believe that, we hope that it's got something for everybody, some really valuable content for everybody. So from us, you can expect obviously passion, excitement, and we will be showing up every week. As we said, we'll do what we said we're going to do, showing up on time, fingers crossed, every week at 8:30 with what we hope will be really valuable content, something that's going to really help you ignite into your business. Between me and Jem, we have got, I think I worked out, we've got over 8.5 years knowledge, really like ground pounding knowledge. You know, we've not taken and neither of us have ever taken a break. We've both been in the business, at me just over 4.5 years, Jem's just hit her 4 years. So between us, 8.5 years knowledge. Really, everything we teach you is going to be what we do. Okay, we're not going to teach you anything that we haven't tried and tested. Everything we teach you is going to be stuff that we do and that we've worked in our business, and you know, we feel really passionate about it from our perspective, and we hope that it'll be great for you too. From you guys, we just hope that you will obviously show up, whether that be here or on replay. It really is important to show up if you want these trainings to work. It's so important to show up and just bring your, you know, your great attitudes towards your business, towards the people around you, towards each other, encouraging and all those things. That's just what we expect from you guys. So tonight, we're kicking off tonight. I've literally rewritten my notes in the last half an hour because I had a spark of inspiration, and I hope it makes sense. But tonight we are talking about productive consistency. Okay, so we talk about consistency a lot. You know we do. It's something that we speak about all the time. It's so important for your business, for any business, but particularly your network marketing business. There's lots of different consistent things that are really important that you do. Okay, but what happened, we've seen a pattern, obviously, during like numerous lockdowns. We were so restricted on what we could do. Okay, we were so restricted on the things that we could do to be consistent, the things that we were doing before, where we were doing home parties, we were going out and meeting people, all those things. We couldn't do them anymore. There was only a very limited amount of things that we could do consistently, but they worked. We were in hyper growth, so these things that we were doing, they were working. We were getting amazing results. Okay, we could work our businesses mainly on Facebook, and that's where we got our results. And we got very comfortable. We got very comfortable doing those things on social media, okay, and I'm not just talking about you guys, I'm talking about me too. I know all of us, every single one of our leaders I've spoke to, we've all felt it. And I've spoke to numerous of my team, of my frontline, we've all felt it. We got comfortable on social media. We got comfortable doing the same things on social media to the same people. We were posting to the same people and expecting more results. But the problem was, things were changing. Lockdown we'd been in like a massive hyper growth. It was boom, boom, boom through social media. But then social media, Facebook started limiting our posts. Instagram started limiting our posts. Things became more difficult. So that ended up plateauing what we saw on Facebook. The thing was, like I said, we were only doing the things that we were comfortable with. We all kind of, I feel like we're just kind of emerging from this now, where we were just doing the same things that felt comfortable, which were posting on Facebook, sharing things. And if people were struggling, they'd throw out a special offer to try and boost those sales rather than just doing the things that we used to do that made us uncomfortable. People stopped getting uncomfortable. We all go through these points in our business. Always, no matter, regardless of hypergrowth, we all go through points in our business where we feel stuck. Okay, tell me if you were here before the pandemic, tell me if you've ever felt stuck in your business prior to the pandemic. I know I did. I know I've been there. I have been stuck in my business prior to the pandemic. It's not just COVID. Okay, we've all felt times where we felt that we were stagnant, that we were stuck at the same title, we were stuck at the same income, we were stuck at the same PRV, we were not growing our customer bases. Feeling stuck is something that everyone gets. But what's happened is loads of us have experienced it at a really similar time because of the change, the global changes. A lot of us have felt it at a very similar time. So it's been a big deal. A lot of people have been talking about it, okay? It doesn't define what happens from now, okay? It doesn't define what happens from now. So we've all been through them. So why do we get comfortable? Why do we do things? How do we, June gloom. I love that, Helen. We all get comfortable, okay? But why do we get comfortable? It's not laziness in most cases. It's not even fear in most cases. The reason we get comfortable and we get stuck is down to limited beliefs. That is usually the reason people stop pushing themselves. They believe, we all go through it, we believe our success has a limit on it. Okay, we stop believing that we can push past those boundaries and we only do the things that allow us to achieve the success that we believe is possible. We don't do any more than that. We only do the things that allow us to achieve the success that we believe is possible. Okay? That is absolute bottom line of what happens when everybody gets stuck in their business. It's down to their limited beliefs. And this is what we want to talk about. We want to absolutely reset all of that and go right from the top. And you guys, we're hoping that this is going to reset all your beliefs, make you fully believe in yourself, okay? But what happens is we'll share content to the same audience and we don't grow beyond our beliefs. Whether you're showing up consistently or not, okay, you may feel that you're being consistent. You may feel that your consistency is there and you're doing things. I see people all the time, they're doing all the things and things are not ranking up and they're like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? And I'm like, right, okay, what is it? And honestly, it is always down to your limit beliefs. So your success is determined by what you believe is possible, 100%. Is that light distraction? It's Mrs. Potts, I think. Okay, so what happened during COVID is we all experienced hypergrowth, okay? We all went through a mass session of hypergrowth. Your beliefs were determined by your results at that point, okay? You saw much quicker than average results. Therefore, you were more open to the idea of success. So this isn't something that humans are naturally wired to do. We're not naturally wired to believe that in ourselves. We're not naturally wired to believe. Very few people have self-belief. It is something that you have to learn to do if you want to be successful. But what happened was we were more open to the idea of success and we were able to our beliefs were sky high, therefore so was our energy, so was our actions, and then so far was our results. So because we saw quicker success, we started to believe that success was possible. Our actions replicated that energy, because our energy was up there, everything went in a cycle, and it was boom, 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 boom. I can remember my news feed during the absolute height of hypergrowth. Everyone was just energy, fire, boom, 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 and it was unbelievable. And because that's what everybody was doing, I mean, you probably all experienced a whole newsfeed full of Scentsy excitement, because that's what everybody was doing. Everybody was excited, everybody was passionate, everybody was getting more results because of what they were doing, because they believed that success was possible, because the results that they were seeing allowed them to do that. It was raging fire, excitement, energy. And obviously lockdown wasn't forever. Okay, things were never ever, we were never going to stay in lockdown. So when things started to level again, so do people's beliefs. The doubts are your beliefs, so they're your doubts, your beliefs, and then obviously your beliefs start to come down. When things start to level, your doubts start to come up, and then you start leveling off again. Obviously Facebook and Instagram, we went through changes where it started limiting our posts, and so therefore so did your engagement and your interaction, and therefore your efforts plateau, your excitement plateaus, your energy plateaus, therefore so do your results. Okay, this is when you get stuck. Your results, your beliefs have limited what you invest into your business, therefore so does your energy and excitement. Everything plateaus. It all comes down to that. Okay, because your brain, who may I add is a downright liar, it starts to make you believe that your success has a limit, maybe even a deadline, maybe even it tells you that if you've not succeeded by, you're never gonna. It's an absolute liar. It's not true. None of it's true, I promise you. So tell me in the comments if you've ever seen a brand new consultant come in absolutely full of energy, full of excitement. You are so, maybe you've even been this consultant, but maybe you've recruited one or you've seen one, and they've literally come in full of excitement. Maybe they came in during the pandemic and it was like, yes, this is going to happen. I'm going to do this. And then their efforts plateau. Therefore, maybe they had great results at the beginning, but then their efforts plateau and then they slowly backer off or possibly even stop. We've all seen it. We've all seen those people come in. And it is that 100% down to the fact that when they come in, their beliefs are boom, like they see these people who've succeeded, they believe in themselves, like fresh, brand new opportunity. But then it's not as easy as people like to think, because I said, like, me and Jemma are going to be completely realistic with you. Success is not easy. It's worth it, but it's not easy. And when they realize that it's not going to come easy, it's not going to get handed to them on a plate just because of a few posts on Facebook, or they have to be consistent, then their energy levels drop. So along with their beliefs, and so do their actions, and so does their efforts, and then obviously so do their results. And then they believe that their success is that it's obviously not possible to succeed because they've seen a decline in success. But if they just kept going, at that level they were at when they first came in, they would be absolutely flying, and you know they would. Okay, so let me tell you about me. And I don't tell you I don't never ever talk about anything I've achieved because I want to show off or anything like that. I want to tell you this because I am just like you. I am just like every single one of you. I am an introvert. I suffer with crippling anxiety. Like my friends know I do, okay? I have problems in my personal life. I don't like what I see in the mirror. I argue with my husband regularly. I can be an absolute cow to him. I can be a crappy mum at times, a completely crappy mum at times, right? I can snap at my kids. I can do all those things. I'm very, very untidy. Well, I'm an external tidy person, but if you open my drawer, you'll get a big shock. And you know what else? When I joined, I didn't believe in myself. And yes, I have a very high maintenance dog. I did not believe in myself. I did not join in this business feeling like I can guarantee you Jemma didn't. I can see Heidi didn't. All the other girls who've had massive success. Amy, you didn't. Amy, you say you're crying. You didn't. You don't come into this business believing yourself. It's something that you learn to do, okay? When I joined, I was so scared, so scared. I was absolutely terrified. I absolutely craved being in my comfort zone. Okay, I craved security. I craved being at home in my nice safe bubble. I don't like going out and being in big groups of people. I don't like going out and meeting people I don't particularly know. I massively crave being at home in my comfort zone. And I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Absolutely didn't have a clue. And there was months where I really struggled to get my 500 PRV. Really struggled to get my 500 PRV at the beginning. But I never, ever gave up. Never. Okay. I showed up to training and I became absolutely obsessed with watching people who had succeeded. I was obsessed with watching Carla Hunter, Laura Godwin, the McCallums, Jennifer Anderson, all those amazing, at this point, there wasn't a great deal of SSDs in Region 2, the majority of them were in Region 1, and I was obsessed with watching them and what they did. And watching them and watching other people. I recruited Jemma in the beginning of July. She came in with the energy that I had for the business. I was just obsessed, and our energy became so much into our business. What we invested was so passionate. And because I was watching what other people who had succeeded, I began to believe it was me who was possible, rather than watching people who constantly are saying they're never going to succeed, or they're constantly saying that they can't succeed, or people who constantly plant doubts in your mind. I became obsessed with watching people who had succeeded, and they made me believe I could too. And just 20 months after I joined, 20 months, I promoted to SSD. That for me was honestly the biggest thing that has ever, minus my children and my husband, obviously, the biggest thing that's ever happened to me. I jumped out of college because I wanted to get a full-time job, because I wanted enough money to go out drinking Blue Wickets at the weekend. I was absolutely flat broke. I didn't have a particular big group of friends. I had achieved literally, other than my husband and my children, I'd achieved literally nothing in life. But I became part of this business. I saw the opportunity. I watched what other people did, and I believed that I could too. And by crushing my limited beliefs, and do not ever think that, you know, us guys don't ever struggle with our beliefs. We all do. It's an absolute continuous job. There's times where I think I cannot do this, I cannot do this. And I have to really go back and think, yes, I can. But because I had crushed my limiting beliefs, they allowed me to be productively consistent. Okay. And they allowed me to get uncomfortable, because I was so obsessed with my business, with growing, with succeeding, with all those things, with seeing other people succeed. I didn't just believe in me, I believed in every single one of you. I believed in every single person, because I was so obsessed with that. I didn't care about being uncomfortable. I didn't care about what people thought. I was just on an absolute, and I still am, on an absolute steamroller of a journey. And I absolutely stopped worrying what other people thought. And it grew my business. Obviously, that grew my excitement and my energy, because I believed I could. And I believed that everyone else could too. Okay. Everyone else could too. Because I know if I can, anyone can. It enabled my fire to burn so bright, and it excited me enough to see every opportunity when it rose. This is something me and Jemma talked about. When you have your Scentsy glasses on, when you are so excited and obsessed by your business, you constantly, in the back of your mind, your business is there all the time. You see opportunities, you're out there, you see the opportunity, because you're out there, you're thinking about your business. To family members, social media, at the post office, at the supermarket, wherever you go, anywhere you are, you've got your business in the back of your mind. And if you see an opportunity, you take it, and you get uncomfortable and you take it. Okay. And I'm going to tell you this, I was I wasn't a popular kid at school, quite the opposite. Like I said, introverted. All these things about me, from a girl from Scunthorpe, can do this, and so can you. You can absolutely do this, whatever it is that you dream of. Jemma asked you your why, because you're so powerful. Your why is hugely powerful. Whatever it is, whether it's financial freedom because you just want more time with your family, or financial freedom because you want to pursue another passion, or time freedom, you want to leave your job and have time freedom, any of those things, Scentsy can be the vehicle to get you there. It can absolutely do that, and you have to believe it's going to happen. So write those doubts down, get them on a piece of paper and burn them, or write them on a rock and throw them in the sea. Whatever it is that you tell yourself, that you're not clever enough, that you're not popular enough, that you're not, well, tell me some beliefs that you guys tell yourself. All these things, get them written down, get them on a piece of paper and throw them. That you don't know enough people, that you're not pretty enough, all these things that people tell themselves, whatever it is. Out with the old beliefs, in with the new. Today is day one. Today is day one of you and the rest of your life. I'm getting really passionate. I feel like tears in my eyes and everything. Today is day one of the rest of your life, and your business is here and ready for you to take it. The opportunity is absolutely there for you, okay? You are not limited by any of your abilities. Your absolutely only limit is your mind and your beliefs, and you have the control to change that. You have the power to change that. So start watching the people who believe they can do it. Google the stories of success. J.K. Rowling, Simon Cowell, Steve Martin, Harry Kane. Start Googling those stories of what those people did. I love to read those stories. And nobody gifted them success. Nobody handed them it on a plate. They believed in themselves. They came from nothing and they believed in themselves. Hard work and self-belief. Okay, Gem's going to hit us now with some practical tips, and I will mute myself.
Yo. Hi, guys. So, as Tam said, I'm going to hit you with a few practical tips. First of all, I did want to say thank you to everyone coming on. I know it's a Monday night, probably like on a Monday, you're knackered from the weekend, you probably don't want to show up for training. So the fact that you've showed up and you're here and you're watching speaks volumes to us. It lets us know that you're here and you want to be successful. That's what the assumption that we're working on, that you are sat here, you're listening to us because you want to progress, you want to be further than you are now. Okay, so I want to ask you a question. Okay, who ever feels overwhelmed? Who ever sits there and has no idea where to go, what to do next? Literally, you wake up every day and you think, right, I've got to work my business today. What have I got? What can I do? Like, I've got no idea what to do. I'm so guilty of that. Like, literally, if anyone says no, I reckon it's a lie, because I think we all go through that. And we have this amazing community. We have the most amazing leaders in the whole of Scentsy, like the community we're part of and how giving they are and that they share everything. It's amazing. However, because there is so much shared, it can make you feel overwhelmed. You have all these ideas, people share their systems, and that might make you feel inferior, and the fact you want to implement them all. But when we see all this stuff that we want to do, or that we think we should be doing, it's very natural to feel overwhelmed. And it's called planning paralysis. You want to do so much, you've got so many plans in your head that you feel overwhelmed, and you end up doing absolutely zilch. You do nothing. So I really, really want to touch on simplicity. It's one of our core values for a reason. I want this course to literally be, I said this to Tam on the phone earlier, I want this course to literally reach through the phone, grab you by the shoulders and give you a flipping shake. Because this is, like Tam said, that the first day of your new business. It can be a relaunch. I want you to feel that fire in your belly. I want you to commit to doing all 4 weeks and beyond. And I want this to be the start of your new journey, whatever you want to achieve out of this business. I want to share these practical tips. I want you to cut the fluff and start being productive instead of being busy. I think that's really key. So let's start. Okay, we are in this is a business. Okay, and part of the business, well, the main reason I'd say we're all here is to earn money. So we need to break it down and think about what earns us our commission. Does anyone know that? Can anyone answer? There's 3 different things that you can do in this business that affects your paycheck. Can anyone tell me those 3 things? I'll have a bit of coffee. Post, yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, PRV. Yeah, I've seen them all. Selling, PRV, recruiting, and sponsoring. Those 3 things. This is where your 70% of your focus should be. The activities that we do in this business, I think it's very, very easy to get caught up doing the comfortable things, but those things that we're comfortable doing aren't necessarily the things that are going to earn us any money. They're not the things that are going to affect your paycheck. Making flyers, posting in your customer group, making samples, those things on their own are not going to make you money. They're not going to progress you from where you are now to where you want to be. These are maintenance tasks, and albeit they're important and they're part of your journey, it shouldn't take up the whole of your focus. What should take up the whole of your focus is growth tasks. So that is literally getting Scentsy under noses. So follow-ups, having conversations, whether that be join conversations or introducing people to Scentsy. It's having parties of any kind, basket parties, home parties, online parties, whatever party you want to do. Upselling, referral schemes, follow-up, did I say that? But that's how important it is. I'll say it twice, follow-up. That's what you should be focusing on the vast majority of your time. And it all starts with sales. No matter where you are in your business, whether you've got a team, whether you haven't got a team, it all starts with sales. Because if you have a high sales goal, it means that you're accessing a lot of different people. And for me, especially, my experience of Scentsy is that I have recruited my customers. So I work a consistent cycle of recruiting my customers because of the love for the product, and then finding new people to bring on board and love the product. So why did you all join? I think 95% of us will say we joined because we love the products. We wanted that opportunity to perhaps earn a bit of money. But initially it was because we all love the products. So, sorry, I'm just going to move my notes because I can't read it. That's better. So, okay, so if your business isn't growing, okay, if you are stuck where you are, if you can't progress to where you want to be, the bottom line is you're not talking to enough people. You're not sharing your business with enough people. You're comfortable in your customer groups. You're comfortable talking to the same amount of people. But Margaret from down the road is only ever going to buy so much Scentsy. Your auntie Beryl is only going to buy so much Scentsy. So if you're talking to the same people, you're going to have to expect the same. Good old Margaret. Why do I always use Margaret in a training, and Beryl? I don't know. They're just the first names that come to my head. But if you're talking to the same people, you can't be surprised that you're going to get the same results. You have to find new people, and you can never, ever, ever stop. It doesn't matter whether you're a certified consultant or you're an SSD. Me and Tam, we are constantly looking for new customers. We haven't made it because of the title on our workstation. We haven't just suddenly become an SSD and we've got a business that runs itself. We have to find new customers, and it's a constant cycle. The bigger your network, the bigger your business. So if you're hiding in your Facebook groups, you're going to stagnate. You need to get out of those customer groups where you feel comfortable, and you need to start getting Scentsy under more noses. If you're talking about Scentsy on your social media, the chances are that people, when you see them in Tesco's, they're going to stop and you have a little bit of a chat about it, or see them on the school run, they might bring it up. That's an opportunity right there. That's an opportunity being given to you. And perhaps it's someone who's never tried Scentsy before. So never go out Scentsy naked. Always make sure that you've got a catalogue or a business card and some samples for them to try. Make sure you keep your eyes open for opportunities. Keep your mind open for opportunities. But you can't grow a business waiting for people to come to you. It happens sometimes, granted, and you will get sales that way. Because if you're active on social media and people know that you do Scentsy, they're going to ask you about it. However, you are only going to get so far. If you want to go beyond that, you have to take that into your own hands, and you have to create opportunities. You cannot build a business, you cannot grow in a business if you're sitting back waiting for people to come to you. So with consistency, we talk about this so much, and it is so important, and we're going to hammer it home again now because consistency is key. So when we say consistency, I think sometimes it's taken really literally. And what I mean when I say consistency, it's not just about consistently posting on your social media. I feel like that's what a lot of people take as consistency. Now, it's important that you're active on social media and that you are posting consistently. But what I mean by consistency is consistently doing income producing activities. So consistently looking for selling opportunities, consistently having conversations about joining, and consistency sponsoring. And recruiting and sponsoring are different things. So recruiting is getting people into the business, and sponsoring is empowering and inspiring and supporting your team for them to hit their goals, and in turn you'll hit your goals. And that's what I mean by consistency. So if you are posting, I completely understand, you know, if you take consistency as literally and you're posting on social media and you're doing all the right things, you think, oh my God, but why isn't it working? I'm posting on social media every single day. It's because you're talking to the same people. You need to get out of your customer groups and you need to find new people. So you need to identify the activities that are going to make you money. It's going to, the activities that are going to work, that you can do today, that's going to get you further to where you want to be tomorrow. And after this Zoom, I'm going to share in the group. I've actually got a list of growth activities, maintenance activities, and contribution activities. And any activity within this business falls under one of those three categories. And you should all be working on the growth activities, and that should be your focus. I know, like, believe me, more than anyone, I get consistency is hard. Like, life gets in the way. And in an ideal world, we would want life to look exactly the same every day, to have a schedule and everything go according to plan, and it all goes swimmingly. But let's be real, okay? Life happens. Life throws off curveballs. Life puts a roadblock in the way. And life demands our attention and our focus sometimes. And that's okay. But it's also okay to still build a business, and you still can build a business despite what you've got going on in your personal life. Believe me, you can still be consistent. So I want to challenge you to work your business and grow your business around a life that moves and changes constantly. I want to challenge you to work and grow your business and put your all into growing your business and moving with the ebbs and flows of life. Be adaptable, be resilient, and adapt or collapse. It's not always about having the time. I think if we ever waited to have the time, we would never get anything done. It's about creating the time. And you may have to learn to say no to a few things now, so you can, sorry, what was my little, I wrote a little quote earlier, I was so pleased with it. You might have to learn to say no to a few things right now, so you can say yes to things for the rest of your life. And one of my favorite quotes is, an entrepreneur is living your life for a few years like nobody will, so you can live a life for the rest of your life like nobody can. Something like that. You get my drift. And the thing that's going to get you out of bed in the morning, the thing that's going to make you, the thing that's going to keep your fire in your belly, the thing that's going to drive you every single day to work your business is your why. Your why is so important. And if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. I'm talking about more than free wax bars, more than free Scentsy, more than, you know, any of those material things. Why do you get up every morning? What do you want your life to look like? You know, and there is no right or wrong answer, but I'm talking about, like, if you won the lottery, what would you want your life to look like? Your why has to be so compelling that nothing gets in your way, that you literally become relentless and addicted to hitting your goals and growing your business. You have to make the time. And I'm sorry, it's a bit of tough love, but I don't believe anybody on this call can sit there and say they don't have the time, because you can make the time, and you might have to sacrifice a few things that you like, but it's going to achieve something that you love. Be realistic about your business, okay? That's a big one. You have to be realistic. If you are only willing to put in 15 minutes a day, that's a hobby. If you want your business to pay you like a business, then you need to treat it like a business. We can give you all the tools, but it's about listening to what, you know, all the things that we're going to teach you and getting out there and implementing it. For me, Scentsy is a lifestyle. It's not something that I just pick up when I feel like it. I literally live and breathe Scentsy. I walk around with my Scentsy hat on all the time. I'm always on duty. And obviously there are going to be some days where you have more time. There are going to be some days where you have less time. But it's just about doing something every day in some way, shape or form. So I am always on duty. I've always got my Scentsy glasses on, looking for opportunities. And that doesn't mean that I'm hiding behind bushes, waiting to jump out on people and spray them with fragrance mist. It doesn't mean that I'm like a predator and I'm going to pounce on them out of a bush, or when they come out their front door, I'm in their garden trying to shove a wax bar under their nose. It's not about vomiting Scentsy at everybody that you see. It's not about that. It's literally just looking for those small windows of opportunity where your business can add value to somebody, whether that's somebody that uses candles and loves home fragrance and you think, oh my God, I've got the best home fragrance business, you need to try this. Or whether it's the business opportunity and you can see somebody struggling with not having a social life, or needing some friendships, or needing fulfillment, or something other than just being mum, or needing more income. It's about looking for those windows of opportunity, and be prepared for those opportunities always. If you're not prepared, someone else will be. What if you're in the doctors and you get your sea salt and avocado hand cream out and you put it on, and the little old lady next to you goes, oh, that smells nice, dear, what's that? And you haven't got a business card and you haven't got a sample and you've literally got nothing on you, that is an opportunity missed, because you'll probably never see that lady again. So be prepared always. Intentional actions create opportunity. So I told a story to my team the other day that I have started a baby group. Finally, now lockdown is easy, we can go to baby groups, and my little Teddy's 2 and has never been, well, he hasn't been to a baby group since he was a proper baby. So I've gone to a baby group, but for me, I'm going because I want my child to have, a social life. I want him to be around other kids, and I want to get out myself and get out of the house and do something. So that is the reason I started it. However, I recognise that this is an opportunity for me to network. I'm in a room with other people, other mums like me, and who doesn't love a nice smelling home? So the first time I went to this baby group, I wore a Scentsy t-shirt, and the leader of the group actually asked me about it. And I had samples in my bag, so I gave her some samples. The next week, I didn't wear my Scentsy t-shirt, but I had samples again in my bag. And a lady came up to me and said, oh, did I hear you do wax melts? I said, yes, I do. I've got my own wax melt business. Would you like some samples? And she said, yes, please, I will. So I gave her my samples. I gave her a catalogue with my details on. And a week later, when I saw her again, she'd bought the catalogue with me and gave me an order form, and she'd ordered a perfect Scentsy, so 2 warmers and 6 bars, all from wearing a Scentsy branded t-shirt. So you need to start being, I think when I say you need to create an opportunity, I don't mean going up to somebody and giving them like a sales pitch, because I've never done that and I wouldn't feel confident about doing that. But it is trying to steer the conversation to your Scentsy business, or trying to, create an opportunity to talk about your Scentsy business. So wearing branded clothing, using products in front of people. And one of the really successful things that I do is ask them, what do you do? And I'll ask them about their job. And 99% of the time, they'll tell me about their job and they'll ask me back, what do you do? And then I tell them I've got a home fragrance business, or I've got a wax melt business. And that leads me on to the next thing. So not only are you going to learn how that's a real, real idiot-proof way of creating an opportunity to talk about your business, but also there's a way that you can then introduce your business. So do you say, I'm a Scentsy consultant? Do you say, I've got a home fragrance business, I do candles, whatever? People haven't quite heard of Scentsy yet. So I always say I've got a wax melt business, because everybody knows what wax melts are. But I want you to have a think about how you introduce your business and get confident in introducing your business. Like, be proud to be a Scentsy consultant. You are part of the most literally industry leading company, the company that other direct selling companies come to for advice. Literally, our presidents are our co-founders, co-presidents are in the direct selling hall of fame. You are part of something, a company that is partnered with Disney. Like, how many people can say that they are partnered with Disney and they get to sell Disney items? Very, very few people. You're part of something magical and amazing. So be proud and be excited to tell them that. And I think that's me done. And just really, I really want to hammer in to remember your why, and to really think about that, and just think about how you want your life to look, and make sure it's compelling. Like, it's something that's going to push you to get out of bed every single day and push you to do the things that scare you, because you don't have to not be fearful. You just have to be brave. You don't have to be confident. You just need to have courage. And that's me.
Yeah.
Over to you, Tam.
Don't unmute yourself. Don't mute yourself, sorry. So, okay, so Jemma, so basically tonight, what we really wanted to instill into you is the habits that you need to, the consistent habits that you need to do to grow your business. Posting on Facebook to the same people is not enough, okay? I think through COVID, I think we all recognised, if we're completely honest with ourselves, we got comfortable. We were being, I know it, I speak from my own experience, we got comfortable posting to the same people, not like consistently growing our network because it worked, because it was working. So now it's time to go big, okay, and really start doing those things that Jemma talked about, okay, and actually doing them consistently, because that is what is gonna grow your business. And the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. You'll hear that over and over again. The day I planted the seed with Jemma was not the day I ate the fruit. It was 6 months later.
That fruit was mouldy by the time I signed up.
You were. I thought you were never going to grow. So you have to just keep planting those seeds, okay? She did. She ghosted me.
I did. And do you know what I was going to say? If you do these things consistently, like you said earlier, there is no time frame for success. There's no limit. There's no date where you should have hit a certain promotion or you should have achieved this by this date. There is no timeline. There's no deadline for success. Just because you haven't succeeded by a certain date, it doesn't mean your business is failing. It doesn't mean that you're failing. You need to consistently do those things every single day, and success is inevitable if you keep repeating the things that are going to grow your business, the important things, the income producing things. Success is inevitable. It will happen. It's not a case of if, it's just a case of when. You just need to keep doing those things consistently.
And it's recognizing when, okay, so being consistent, but it's recognizing when that you've done that consistently and it's not working. You need to change it up. You need to do something different. You need to find a new angle to go in at and really, really go for it. Okay, so it's just, sometimes you have to recognize that things don't work. Not everything does work. It might work for someone else. It might not work for you, because we've all got different audiences. We've all got different ways of putting things across and all those things. And I think a lot of it is, obviously we are in an amazing sharing group where people fire out recognition over and over again. And I remember when I joined, I remember someone joining the very, very, very same day as me, and she put through a ton more PRV than I did for her first order. And I felt deflated. I was like, oh, I thought I'd done really well, but now I feel really like I've not done very well. And you have to remember that it doesn't matter. My sponsor said to me, don't be comparing yourself. And I was like, oh, okay. It doesn't matter who's put the most PRV through. Don't be comparing yourself. It really doesn't matter. The person who succeeds is the person who stays consistent. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I have never, ever, 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 ever seen a consistent person fail. It is impossible to fail if you're consistent. But what we want you to do is be valuably consistent, is to really do the things that are going to grow you, growing your network, following up with your customers, finding new people, all those things consistently, okay? So with what Jem said tonight, we want to leave you with some exercises to do with tonight, not tonight, some press ups and some sit ups. No.
Give me 20.
Yeah, go on, Jem.
No chance. I did just want to say, actually, because I wrote something down, I forgot to say it. The reason we're going to talk about excuse busting in a couple of weeks' time, so I didn't want to go too much into that, but I did just want to say the reasons that you use that you can't work your business, instead of using them as the reasons that you struggle, or the reasons. So basically, I just said successful people use the struggles they have as the reason to grow. Unsuccessful people use them as the excuse to quit. So when I said this to Tam on the phone earlier, so for me, those of you that know my story, you know that I've got a son with special needs. For me, my why is that I want to buy him a house big enough that he can have his very own sensory room with an independent living section of the house on there, so he can live with us forever and never have to leave home. That's my why. Although every single day he demands my attention, my focus, my energy, everything. But I could use that as an excuse and say, I'm too tired, I'm too stressed, I'm too drained to work. But instead of using it as an excuse not to work, I use it as a reason to work. So I just wanted to leave you with that as well. Peace.
But you have to be committed, and you have to create consistency, which creates habits. Okay, so how do you do that, right? So I'm actually reading right now this book. Oh my gosh. And I read a part of it and it really spoke to me, Atomic Habits. Okay, and it spoke to me about cues, like different cues to change habits. So they've done a ton of experiments. So for example, they did an experiment in a cafeteria where most people, there was very, very, very low water sales. Everybody was buying pop, Coke, lemonade, fizzy drinks, cans, stuff like that. Everyone was buying the cans, and there was 2 really small baskets of bottles of water. Okay, so what they did was they wanted the hospital staff to drink more water. So it was in a hospital, it was a hospital cafeteria. So instead of telling them to drink more water, they just changed the environment. So they put massive buckets of water when you walked in, massive buckets of what they replaced the majority of where the pop was with water. So the pop was less visible, the water was more visible. They put it at the counter, and the sales of water went up by 28%, just by changing their environment. Cues to make you be atomic habits. Cues to make you be consistent are key. So I was thinking, how can we put this into our business? Obviously, we know, like, when people want to eat healthier, if you don't put the chocolate bars in front of you, if you've got a bowl of fruit or a bowl of chocolate bars, you're going to go for the bowl of chocolate. I would go for the bowl of chocolate bars if you're over the bowl of fruit. But if all you've got is the fruit there in your mind, in your sight, then that's what you're going to pick. So put things in your line of sight, in your environment. Expose yourself to things that are going to make you work your business. Maybe that is on your fridge, I am a piece of paper saying, I am going to be a superstar director, a star consultant, whatever it is you want to be. Put it on your fridge where you're going to see it every single day. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's you've got an area in your hallway that you can make a beautiful display and get yourself a letterboard or a sign and make the name of your business and put that in your hallway. So every time you walk in your hallway, you see your business. There's your business. Remember, work your business, because you're seeing it every day. Or maybe you put a reminder on your phone, an alarm on your phone that comes up every single day and says, work your business. You can set an alarm so easily to come up on your phone to say, work your business, rock star. Whatever it is you want, put something to make sure you are working it every day, because when the results don't come as quickly as you'd like, so easy to drop the consistency. I compare it to diet. I often compare consistency to diets because it's something I've done a lot of. But when you're dieting and you see great results, you're more motivated. When you see you've lost a couple of pounds, you're more motivated. But when you think you've done really, really well and you've gained a pound, you're like, oh, and order a Chinese or a pudding or all those things. You stop being consistent. So you have to remember to do all these things. Gemma, it looks like it's chucking it down.
Yeah, it is.
You have to remember to put these things in your line of sight that you're going to see every day. For me, it's my whole dining room is my office. There's no way I'm not going to work my business because my whole dining room is my office. My dining table is surrounded by Scentsy. So whatever it is that you are going to see every day, that you're going to expose yourself to every single day, those cues are going to make you show up and be consistent, okay? And you will, if you increase those, you'll increase your habits. And once they become a habit, they'll become a huge part of your life, a massive part of your life. And that's so important. So after this call, I want you to decide 5. And I don't want you to get off this call and think, I'll do it tomorrow. Do it tonight, okay? I know you might be tired. I know you might have been at work all day, but honestly, do it tonight. Why are you laughing, Jem?
I'm laughing. Someone just said I'm doing wet tonight. It just tickled me.
Helen, honestly, I've never known someone with such a quick wit as Helen.
You know what? I'm just never going to live that down. Although I do secretly love that I've just known, like, throughout Scentsy now as Jemma. But
it's on YouTube. It's had loads of views, that video.
Okay, viral.
So choose 5 things that you're going to consistently do. Okay, for example, you're going to make your 100 list and you're going to visit it every day. You're going to do self-development. You're going to check in with your team if you have a team. You're going to check your news tab. You're going to make samples. You're going to follow up. You're going to reach out to new people, create new content. One thing that I love to do is banking content, okay? Because inspiration, when I'm feeling inspired, that's the time when I bank a ton of content. I get stuff in my notes section. I take photos. If the lighting's good, I'll take a ton of photos. I'll if I feel really excited, really inspired, I see something that gets me motivated, I'll bank a ton of content then for when I'm busy and for when life gets in the way. So whether it's writing posts, writing ideas down, all those things. Make a commitment to do at least 5 things, at least 3 times a week, at the very least 3 times a week, okay? Those 5 things that you want to do, make sure you do them consistently.
And if you use your time well, and if you, so say you do a power hour on a Sunday night, use that power hour to do the maintenance tasks that we talked about. So use that hour to schedule all your posts for the week, and then that frees up the rest of the time that you have free in that week to work on the things that are income producing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And really make sure that your time is packed up with income producing. And find one thing that I've spoke about it before, but I'll speak about it again. You have to find the time that you're wasting. So if you are finding, for me, I got into a really bad habit. When I was going up for a shower, I always laid on my bed and scrolled my phone. And honestly, I swear time goes in fast forward when I do that, because time just flew. It was a really bad habit. I'd go up at quite a reasonable time, go for a shower before the kids went to bed. I'd start scrolling my phone. And then before I knew it, the kids were going to bed. I still hadn't had my shower. I'd have to go after they'd gone to bed, and my whole evening had gone to pot. By just literally stopping doing that, leaving my phone downstairs, I completely eradicated that bad habit. And my whole evening was different. I am so much more productive. So look for what it is that you do. When in the morning, do you just grab your phone and scroll social media? Pick up a book instead. Pick up a book, and if you can only read 2 pages, it's so much more productive than scrolling social media and looking at mindless things. And if you are looking at social media, be intentional with that. Look at inspirational posts, inspirational content, things that are going to inspire you and motivate your business. Seeing what everyone else is having for tea will not grow your business. Seeing what everyone else, because if you're commenting on people's posts, building up those interactions, that's all valuable. Procrastination kills dreams. I totally agree with that. I can be the queen of procrastination. I'm terrible, absolutely terrible for it. If it's a job I don't want to do, I will do everything but. When my orders come, I am a freaking nightmare. I have actually found the key to stopping me putting off packing my orders, and it's having samples ready. Having samples ready is like a game changer for me. Right, I think we're done. We wanted to keep it to half an hour. We've just done an hour.
Failed miserably.
I knew we would, but I'm pretty proud of that. But I think that's all the content we had. I really hope you guys have loved that. We are absolutely on a mission. We're doing this whole thing with you. We're completely revamping. We've been through the same changes that everybody else has, and we're completely like finding that new passion and that new excitement for our businesses too. And we hope you absolutely are ready to smash it. We cannot wait for next week.
So we'll post after the call has ended. I'll post those growth tasks and things that I've got